What is happening, guys? Welcome back to another reaction. We are checking out the latest release from 17 and their album. The music video is Eyes on You. So without further ado, if you want to get some extra reactions to 17, there's only a few, unfortunately, but I did finish reacting to Nana Tour with 17, all 6 episodes, which was probably like 18 hours of content. It was a lot, but it was so much fun. I really enjoyed getting to know the guys. So if you're interested in those reactions, check out the link below for Patreon. Once you reach Patreon, you can actually go on the About section. There you will find a link which anyone can access, and please do not subscribe to the Patreon before checking out that link, because it will give you access to an archive and you will be able to see all of the content that is available on Patreon. So only join if you actually know exactly what is going on there, what content is available, and that it's content that you would actually want to check out. So please check out the link, and if you see something that you like on there, then consider subscribing. And with that being said, let's get into it. Oh. Oh my. Aw, Jonghyun with the bruise. Which makes sense from the previous music video. Ooh, that was like a reference to the title track, right? I want neither money. Okay, nice. Oh, what's going on? Oh, we just beat some people up? Hey. Oh, damn. Everybody's bruised up. Can I see this K-drama, please? Let's get woozy. Oh, that's... Tell me more about yourself. It's such a... I talked about it in my previous reaction to their title track, like how it feels like if you take the song and kind of like obviously as far as like their bond together and what Jonghyun has gone through and all that kind of stuff, but also in terms of like relationships and not wanting fame, money, like it's not about that. It's about actual love. It's about caring about someone. And I talked about how, you know, it feels so wholesome to hear that kind of stuff in an era where it feels like love becomes more materialistic and people tend to care more about how much money you make, who you are, you know, what's your status and all that kind of stuff. Like we don't try to build actual like intimacy or build kind of like a human connection, but rather we tend to focus on like first impressions based on money and fame, you know, and not so much about anything else. So to hear, tell me more about yourself, like it sounds like a question from like an interview job, which is almost kind of like very, you know, mundane and like nobody really cares. But here to hear 17 actually do it, it feels like they legitimately care, because you know, like their bond, even though I haven't watched a ton of stuff other than Nana Tour, but the guys clearly care a lot about each other. And like the music video so far is kind of like painting the picture is like, if you go, you know, if you go off or if you get into trouble, I'm gonna be there for you, and I want to hear all about your worries and all about all the shit that you go through, And tell me more about yourself is not just like a benign kind of like question that is a throwaway, which is kind of what it feels like today. So it's like literally, I want to know what is going on with you. That's wholesome. Hi, Psycho. Oh. God damn. Oh. Oh. Whoa. This music video is getting darker and darker, but it's almost like like the funeral stuff and S-Coops and Mingyu kind of like have it, and he has a cross on too, which is kind of like adds to the symbolism even more. Like I wonder if the funeral kind of like means something deeper within 17, or does it mean kind of like live life with no regrets, that at my deathbed I don't want anyone to cry, or I want my life to be celebrated, I don't want any moment wasted, you know, picturing the worst moments possible because of how much you mean to me. Then I initially kind of like, I can't imagine a world without you. Like, I feel like the music video is basically kind of like encapsulating that. Even like, you know, you had Vernon kind of like texting the girl who basically said it's not going to work. And then immediately he's being, you know, accompanied by someone who cares about him immediately a second later, because they know each other so well and they're never going to let each other be alone in times of sadness or darkness or tragedy or whatever the case may be. So I feel like the music video is just emphasizing like their strong bond, and like nothing fucking matters. No money, no fame, all the love that I have for you is all that matters. Is basically what the gist is. Like the aspect ratio makes it feel like it's a bit of a worst case scenario, or like dark thoughts that if it were to happen or something like among those lines, you know, if our lives were a movie. Nice. Oh. Hey, nice. That was so cool. That was so cool. The way Joshua just fucking grabbed him. And Sung-hwan being there for DK too was really, really beautiful. He was rubbing his hand. I'm not sure if that was like... I didn't see any scarring or anything like that, but maybe, you know, in times of darkness, I will always be there for you. But Joshua just fucking yanking Hoshi out of there, because this is like the definition of I can feel alone in a crowd full of people. It doesn't, like, no one really means anything to me other than you guys. So I can literally be in a party surrounded by people that are smiling at me, but I don't really have any connection with them. So I want to be with someone else. And then Joshua is just fucking, come over here. Nice. Let's get out of here. And I love that despite the scarring and bruises, we still are happy with each other. Like, no matter what happens, as long as we're together. Man, S-Scoops and Mingyu is something that was beautiful. I absolutely love this music video. I love the vibe of like just a club banger that just like this gave me vibes of like 2000 and like 13 or 14 or something like that. It was beautiful, but the music video itself, like the aspect ratio with Woozy and the funeral, and Mingyu and S Coops, it feels like a movie scenario that, I cannot picture myself without you or something along those lines. Instead of living in darkness, in regret, with Hoshi, for example, being in a place that he doesn't want to be in, with DK, who's potentially like hurting himself or is being hurt and being found in the darkness by Sunghwan, uh, you know, um, S Coops running for Mingyu. I think Ming Hao, the eight. I'm sorry if I butchered his name. I always worry about the pronunciation there. I think he was the one who met Changhan, right? Like they're all bruised. Like the emphasis is like we are all hurt, and we will continue. We would rather be hurt but be together than to be fine and be depressed. Like, if that makes any sense. Even if I'm hurt, like physically, mentally, I'm in such a better place with you by my side. Something along those lines. That was beautiful. Do let me know about the Woozy shots with the funeral stuff, because that looked really, really, for a second there, it took an incredibly dark turn. And then obviously, well, I guess that ties into Mingyu and S Coops, because it seems like Mingyu, like it looked really, really wild for a second there. So it's like, don't let. It's almost as oh, okay. It's almost as if picture in a scenario if S Coops wasn't there for Mingyu, and then he will live life in regret. But because they're so tight, he will never let that situation kind of like happen potentially. Again, the aspect ratio is what makes it feel like a fantasy kind of like situation rather than, part of the actual storyline within the music video, if that makes any sense. So, this was beautiful. I absolutely love this one. Holy shit. Like the song itself is such a vibe, but then you realize like the actual fucking music video is so deep. It was considering the song, if I didn't see the lyrics and didn't watch the visuals, I wouldn't think that it was so deep, but it's way deeper than I expected. That's what she said. Anyway, with that, that's what she said joke out of the way. I'm gonna finish this reaction. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If I made any sense, let me know in the comment section down below. And make sure to check out the rest of my 17 reactions on this channel in the playlist somewhere up here or in the description. And if you're interested in Nana Tour with 17, we checked it out on Patreon. The link is available in the description as well. And be well and safe wherever you are. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.